You're watching the 420 Pace Network, found at 420radio.ca and paceradio.net.
Yeah. Look, Count, you may be able to push Igor around, but I ain't that soft, dig? Now you get off my neck, cause I'm telling you straight. Oh, you want classics like Sinatra? Well, man, you gonna dig what I dig, and what my people dig, and my people are out there digging me. Yeah, well, wait till your next mail call, babe, cause I believe in the wolf. You got it? So do my people. Hey, people, there.
So what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is not much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiba grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Oh, I did it again. God damn it. I forgot to bring everybody up here.
Because I sang along.
That was
you
funny.
missed it.
Hold on.
Hi, Buddy Weeds.
Here. There we go.
You sure?
Hi, buddy. Yep, that he is the Wolf Man. I'd love that show. I was from. And you know, it's not the Hilarious House of Frankenstein. It's the Hilarious House of Frightenstein.
Yeah, I know.
What a lot of people don't. Done by
you know,
Billy Van and cast in Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. With Vincent Price.
Yeah, he was there, wasn't he?
He was.
He did the introductions. Hello, Nick. Happy Friday to you.
Who?
Nick.
Oh,
Wright.
hi, Nick.
Who?
What? Who?
Yeah. Happy Friday there, Lennie. I'm just going to tell everybody happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I was like, how the fuck you... Oh, I have to hit the chat thing to see all this shit. All right.
Comment.
I was like, who are these strange people you're talking to? Hey, Nick.
We have a bunch of new people that you don't know about.
Yeah, they're all co-hosts now.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. Did you share this on Facebook, Al?
That's what I'm doing, buddy.
Oh, good stuff.
It is shared on Facebook, yes, but I am sharing it to you guys.
Oh, thank you. So I can find it.
Oh, you know, they've added some new buttons on the top of Facebook, and you can't remove them, and it's annoying, and my dog's slowly creeping over towards the cat's food on the floor. That's
Facebook is annoying.
Generally speaking, yes, it's getting there. One moment, please. Rosa. Thank you. Lay down, please. Apologies. All right. Where the hell is it? Where is it? You can talk while I'm doing this, right?
Not really.
I'm actually reading.
What are you reading?
I'm reading about mycoplasma pneumonia cases.
Is this a new form of COVID?
No, because it's not detected by COVID.
Oh.
No, it's just that an increase in cases. In general, adults and children, usually over 5. Yeah. Well, maybe they'll come out with a vaccine for it and people will line up. Because, it was such a great idea the last fucking time. Anyway.
I was going to say, what was that, like 3 minutes?
Yeah, doesn't take long to get onto that fucking subject.
Well,
Let's change that subject
how did everybody enjoy their Halloween?
I
Did
had
you guys
I put stuff on the windows. I turned the lights down, and I watched a movie. That's
We
what I
had
did.
11 kids, which is 5 more than last year.
I kept all the candy for myself.
But then I went and washed the car. So there might have been 1 or 2 more after that, but we weren't here.
Went and did what?
Wash the car.
You washed the car.
Yeah, because it was going to rain today, and we really needed to get the car scrubbed, not washed, because I ended up doing it by hand so I could get it clean.
Wait, did you just say it was going to rain, so you washed your car?
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what I thought I heard too. Welcome to the Potheads of Canada.
Okay.
Sure.
There's got to be a reason for that.
Yes, there is, because
Okay.
I've been saying all week that we've got to get the car clean while the temperature's warm.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Yesterday was a very warm day here.
It was nice
I
here
said,
too.
Great, because it's going to rain on
not yesterday.
Friday. I'll wash the car on Thursday and give it a good waxing. So then it has a nice coating so that when it rains, the rain just runs off.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we got.
Awesome.
That's thinking. Okay,
See?
that makes sense.
Always, I learned a long time ago to plan everything out so that I can make sure that I can get it done efficiently.
All right,
That way
tagged
I
all
still
you
have
guys.
the
Share away.
energy, right?
Share away.
That way I
Share
still
away.
have the energy when I'm finished.
Share away.
If I plan it.
What are you eating?
Who?
The only one that's eating.
Well,
Dinner.
Darcy might be eating.
What?
It's dinner.
Darcy, what are you eating for dinner?
Carrots?
It's pizza pockets.
Oh, pizza pockets.
That's a good adult dinner.
They're actually empty because I can't
what?
really eat the stuff that's in it. So I just kind of like squeeze it all out.
I have to get pizza.
You're eating
sauce
dough.
now.
I'm eating
Yeah,
hollow dough.
You're eating the hollow dough, yeah. I have to get light sauce on everything now. I can't do sauces, otherwise I'm up all night.
I need to start dating a chef.
I think that Timmy would have an issue with that.
Well, not if she's hot.
Fair enough.
Taking applications, just saying.
They take in applications.
Shared. I love
Share
cooking.
it. Share it up. You know, Len, I'm really pissed off. I had 3 questions that I wanted to ask you last week, and you weren't here.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just then now you're here, and I can't fucking remember what I wanted to ask you. I had links and everything.
Yeah, no, I forgot the message, and I was in
I know
Liscombe Lodge.
you were in fucking Mexico or something.
No, Liscombe Lodge, but there's let's just say the cellular service does not exist. Nice spot.
I'm kind of disappointed in my summer because I had no cell service on my phone, so I didn't go anywhere to take any pictures or live stream or anything. So it's kind of boring. I mean, I didn't want to go out into the bush and have no internet or anything. You know, if I get stranded, you know, it's a valid worry up here. You go off on the wrong road, man, you end up in fucking Hudson Bay. You ever been to Hudson Bay, Marcel?
That's awesome, Al. End up in Hudson Bay.
Drove around it.
Or you could end up in Winnipeg or in Manitoba.
No, I know where I'm going that direction. I don't know north. I have no idea. You know, we were.
You got a long ways to drive north to get to Hudson Bay.
We were looking. I can't remember who I was doing it with, but we were looking at ways to go up north, up all the way up north. You can't get there. Not from here.
No,
there are no highways.
You can fly up though.
You can fly in and you can boat in. You got to go up and around to boat in.
Well, it depends on where up north you want to go.
I'm talking
where you're
north.
going to leave from.
I'm talking 20 kilometers
from Ontario.
From Russia.
You what?
I'm talking 20 kilometers from Russia, north.
I've been there. You got to fly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've done it a couple of times. You know, you sit with a buddy or two, and then you hit Google Maps and you walk. We walked. Remember my buddy Dan at the apartment, Marcel?
Yeah.
So we sat there one night and put up Google Maps on my TV, and we walked from our address to the Colombian jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So let me just get up here on the map.
Yeah, he's going to pull up Google Maps.
Terrace Bay. So the furthest north you're going to go is on the 11. I mean, there's
which I can get to very easily.
Back roads, right?
Yeah,
but there'll be back roads that'll take you up
Mm-hmm.
To Moose River, that area. But whether
Why
or
don't
not
you
the
pull the
roads are
map up so that
accessible-
we know what you're talking about? You're not just blah, 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 blah.
Well, no, I'm trying to find where. I think Alberta and BC are the only places that you can drive across the northern border. Right? I've been to Resolute Bay, Devon Island, and Alert.
But you have to fly into that or boat it.
Yeah. No, we flew to Resolute Bay in plane, and then we used helicopters to get to Alert and Devon Island.
I've been watching a lot of stuff about Lake Superior that's quite interesting. There is a fault line and volcanic rock in Marathon, which is just 45 minutes down the road. There's like an active volcano there that's dormant.
All right, Al.
Explain that one.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I realized that when it came out. There's over 350 shipwrecks in Lake Superior.
I know that.
Yeah. Yep. But
All right,
most
let
of
me
them
go and look at the
are,
fault lines in Canada.
There's a fault line that goes right through Lake Ontario that's in the center of Lake Ontario between us and Buffalo. Yep. Most people don't know that.
What's that?
There is a fault line that goes right through Lake Ontario.
Very minor.
But it is a fault line.
Right. Canada's only got 3 major fault lines.
Yeah, and one of those fault lines went off like last week, I think it was. BC got hit with a minor.
Yeah.
It's happening more and more and more because of global warming that we're not allowed to talk about.
It's what?
No, that has nothing to do with the fucking fault line.
Not a bit. Look, global warming has nothing to do with earthquakes.
I'm just making a point.
I know, Trudeau.
Thank you. Cheers to you, fuck nuts.
Well, that's what Trudeau does. Everything is the fucking climate.
That's why I did it.
Well, don't be a Trudeau.
Yeah, but it kind of is true, though.
Yeah, it is kind of Trudeau, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Trudeau.
Let's talk with a lisp through the whole show, shall we?
And don't forget, you got to have some.
Wait, we might offend some people. Better not.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. I honestly don't think. I mean,
like the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah. But we've got North America's got major elections coming up.
No, really?
This week, which I think is hilarious. And the other one is probably going to be forced. And that's in Canada. Because the way things are going, and it's only getting worse, people aren't liking this man.
Who might you be talking about?
Trudeau.
Who?
Trudeau.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I've never heard the name before.
Yep. It's one of them political things. But
I think his name is Pierre.
What?
Yes. Now that name
Pierre
I know.
Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Trudeau.
Right, but I don't associate Pierre with Justin.
Justin.
Because I don't think
I mean,
they're
it is
actually
bad.
related.
So you don't compare one apple to the other.
Well, I don't think the apples are fucking related.
Mary Jane is covering her mouth because
He said he's saying that the apple didn't fall from that tree.
Yes.
Oh hell no. No.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
You'll get a spring Canadian election.
Yeah.
You think in the
very
spring?
likely.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
if they call for it next week and they get the vote through as a non-confidence vote, meaning
it
that
won't go
because
through.
his own members are well, they're not stabbing him in the back, but they want him to step aside and step down and call an election.
Why are we not seeing any of the posts? All the posts from the 420 radio show are not showing up in our. Oh, never mind. Sorry, never mind. I see it.
Because you made fun of Justin.
Oh, it's my fault.
Oh,
well, yeah. I mean, that's
you owe Justin an apology then.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I was crossing my fingers when I said it.
If his backbenchers that want him to step down finally vote against him in a confidence vote, then
How did
regardless
Fidel
whether
get into this
Jake
conversation?
whether Jake Meat wants in on
That's
it,
the tree, Al.
they would never survive it. But something's got to change quick because people can't afford this shit.
Justin, I think, is actually trailing in his own riding now.
He's going to lose his riding for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing everything he can to save himself. And of course, Jake Meat's trying to do everything he can do to save himself.
So I have a question. Do you think that Justin Trudeau is going to throw out the cannabis card maybe again this year?
How? He already fucked it up.
Joking. I know he can't. I am so joking.
Oh, okay.
No, but I see.
It is what got it. It is what got him in.
It is. Well, it helped. Yeah. I think his name is what got him in.
No,
yeah,
it was the time. It was the timing of it. There is a shelf like this. There's a shelf life for any prime minister or politician that's in power, and Harper wasn't actually a bad Harper really wasn't a bad prime minister, but he had a weird thing of wanting to put everybody in fucking jail, and he wouldn't budge on the cannabis.
Yeah.
So, as much as things weren't really that bad, the shelf life was running on him. You have Justin with the famous name coming in, and I'm going to legalize cannabis.
Yeah.
All right. It was the trifecta. Like, all right, we need a change.
Yeah.
We're bored of this guy.
And he was cute.
And he has the last name of Trudeau.
He had great hair.
He was charismatic.
If you remember the old conservative,
His
he had
wife
great
was
hair,
cute,
but he's
too.
just not ready.
His wife was cute too. Was, I said was.
She still is, but she's just not wife.
She's just not with him anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they're just technically
he's
his
Mr.
wife. They're
Cutie
just
Fan.
separated, correct?
I think so, yeah. I can't imagine what kind of pressure it would be to run. Actually, I can't even say that they run the country because from what I've seen from the last season of Down South, I will say that if anybody actually thinks that Biden's the one running the show,
None.
there's got to be a master puppet up there that's pulling the strings. Same down here, or
Oh no, a little.
It's not true.
There's always people. There's bureaucrats that really run Parliament. That's why there's so much of an anti-Trump aspect of it, because nobody runs Trump.
Right, but
he doesn't. He's going to do what he wants to do.
Well, actually, that's not true. His kids do.
His kids
do.
No.
Him.
Trump is his own person. He doesn't.
Yeah, but his
his
kids are
hand
running
up
his
ass
campaign.
acting as a puppet, right?
Oh, they're running his campaign. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, that when he's in power, it's not a bureaucrat. Go do this.
No, it's just Trump.
He's going to do what he wants to do, and that's why
They're
the U.S. bureaucracy hates that because they're really running the thing. And when he comes in, they're not, and that's why they hate him so much.
It's funny. Dale's talking about the PM socks. Yeah, he did have cool socks, and then he went to multiple countries and culturally misappropriated by dressing up like it was Halloween.
I need some furry hemp slippers.
Hey, you said that. Where do we get those?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Not Temu, that's for sure.
It's funny.
I don't think I'd be ordering off Temu again. No.
It's funny. All this cannabis or carbon crap and global warming, but there doesn't seem to be a push to do like outdoor hemp crops, things like that are known to pull carbon right out of the fucking.
Now, why would they do that?
Okay, wait. Let's look at it in a different way, especially when you look at Canada, because we're paying the highest amount for carbon tax, and our country removes more CO2 than any other country in the world, and we actually remove more CO2 in our country than we create. Right, so we're actually
Canada is very environmentally friendly. We have been for many years.
It's not that we've got millions and billions of fucking trees.
Yes, true enough.
Right, trees live off of carbon dioxide.
Yeah, but that's being depleted by the logging companies.
Peat bogs and muskeg all live off of carbon dioxide.
I got some of that up the road.
Oh, we got some of that all over this country, right? So we're actually a carbon.
You scared my dog yelling,
Oh, sorry, but we're a carbon negative country. Yeah, we're the.
Is that really true?
It really is true. We're a carbon negative country because of our forestry.
I think Lenny's Googling.
Yep,
no. I
just Google face on.
No, I just didn't know. I just didn't know it was fake nurse Marcel.
What's the question, though, Marcel? Are you wondering why we still have to pay?
I know why we have to pay. What the fuck is he doing with money?
Trudeau wants us
supposedly to fight climate change, when that's not something that can be combated. It's a natural cycle of the fucking planet.
Marcel, I'm leaving you in charge of the comments, please. Okay, thank you.
He had spiffy socks.
Well, no,
they would have to admit that, Marcel. They're not willing to admit it.
What? They're not willing to admit that he had spiffy socks?
I think he had spiffy socks.
What Marcel was just talking about.
Oh no, they don't. If they admit it, then they have to explain why they're stealing everybody's money.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's their job
to take everybody's money for fake bullshit claims.
That's right. So we're all broke and we're all starving, and we can live in a happy country.
You got to remember, we live in a planet.
Bow down to the master, Marcel.
No, but we live in a planet that's being governed by people that have no qualms of destroying somebody's life if they can make a buck. All right.
Basically,
the pharmaceutical companies don't cure people. They keep you sick. They treat symptoms, and they make fortunes. The media doesn't supply you the news. The media supplies you the propaganda they want you to believe so that they can get more money out of you.
Hey, guess what?
What?
If you keep it up, I'm going to make you swim with the fishes.
Go for it. Bring it. Because unless people start to change. Now,
those
I put
fishes,
a post out.
Is it fishes or fish?
Fish.
Or fish eye?
There's no fish eye. There's no fishes. There's fish.
It's not fishy.
But
now there is fishy. I found that out in high school. There is fishy.
No fishies. Look at the fishies.
And like Buddy Weed says, Canadian Parliament's on the standstill.
Put it up on the screen. Don't read it.
He's correct. People don't realize Canada's Parliament's frozen.
Yeah. We don't have a parliament, really, other than them going in applauding their own.
What it is, it's related to that liberal opposite, or they want to release the names who are being caught up in the Chinese thing.
No, not the pipeline. They had a
Chinese influence.
No, that's not in the Chinese influence.
Oh yeah, no, it's they want
This is the
the
carbon tax
RC
money.
No, it's the RCMP. They want the records released to the RCMP. I forgot.
Right. Yeah, because what's happened is there's a whole lot of things happening in Canadian politics. One is outside influences from China, India, etc., that have been manipulating politicians in Canada kind of got caught, right? Some high diplomats in Canada from India got caught doing some not so legal things and got deported. And then we've got a nice corruption scandal where $400 million has been given away to liberal MP friends and family
that have businesses.
That's what they want to know, is how they're justifying this $400 million that's missing.
Yeah, so Polyev, the Conservatives want. Is it just him?
Well,
the Liberals
wants.
No, but I can't remember.
Liberals are hiding it as much as they can.
The Liberals are refusing to send the paperwork to the RCMP. They say it's not the correct process. And what happened was the Speaker of the House first approved the motion. Then the next day later, Trudeau and them slapped him around, and then he asked them to change the motion, and Polyev won't do it.
Nope.
So all business to the House of Commons has been frozen for like 3 weeks. It's not big news.
I know.
We're paying our MPs to do nothing.
Yeah, to basically be on vacation because they're not working for anybody.
Oh, they go to the House every day. They just don't do anything.
Oh yeah, but they're not working for anybody. They're just showing up for a paycheck, which is pretty much a political thing, anyways, isn't it? Medicine's wife had stocks in an arms company that was selling arms to Ukraine.
Sticks or stocks?
Mendocino's what? Stocks. That's okay. Some Ukrainian professor just got arrested in Ukraine for designing or redesigning attack drones for Russia.
I like Medicini cherries.
What? Maraschino cherries.
I know. I'm just being silly.
That was awesome, Al. My wife corrected you when you said that. Because she's a baker. She's a Christmas baker, and she loves baking with them things.
I'm a baker.
You're a true baker.
I'm a
I'm
baker.
not a born baker. But baking is in my soul. So, actually, I was talking about Marcel the other day at work.
Wow.
Somebody was asking me about cannabis and how to make it work for pain management. And actually, I was like, "Oh, you need to listen to some of the 420 radios." I'm like, Marcel's really knowledgeable when it comes to that stuff. And I was like,
I'm not telling anybody now. I'm going to make you look silly.
Now he's not going to talk anymore. Thanks a lot.
Oh, it doesn't have to be tonight. There's multiple episodes. I already told them to go through. I sent them the whole thing. Actually, what started it was a conversation because this week, the newbie and the doobie shared this conversation with Jen when she was with Truro. And she was talking about how they had to change facilities because the first facility was too short. The room was too short. And the woman was like, wait a minute. So she was blown away by the fact that cannabis could grow so tall. And that's why, I don't know. I think you guys seen, I posted to people asking them, show some photos, and thank you to everybody who posted, because those are some beautiful plants and big plants, almost the size of the house or bigger.
Lay down, please.
As big as people, bigger.
So okay, that leads me to a question. At a facility I know you're not there anymore, blah blah blah, but at a facility like Truro, how high do they let the plants go? I mean, too high would be too much work, I would think.
Yeah, there's a.
Is there a standard?
Well, there's no standard. You want to be able to reach it.
Yeah, it depends on what you're growing in for a room. So if you got 12-foot ceilings, if you got 8-foot ceilings, or you're in a tiered section, so that you've got a 20-foot ceiling that's split into 2 floors, right? So it's you grow the strains that will fit for the configuration of your setup.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, a lot of LPs will grow tiered grows with tabletops, only let the plants get 3 feet tall. Right? Just quick turnaround time, grow them up.
Well, there's a reason I'm asking is because, I'm setting up my room so that, I want to take these things into account, right?
Right. So when you're growing in a room, you got roughly an 8-foot ceiling, you're going to lose at least a foot for a light, maybe more. All right. So now you're down to 7 feet. Your pot that it's going to be growing in is going to be another foot. So now you're down to 6-foot plant. That means
I'd
you
say
can
a foot and 6 inches. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means you're looking at growing your plant to about a height of 2 feet and then turning it to flower. Right. So once your veg plant gets to about 2 feet high, then you flip your lights to flower, and that will ensure that you have enough space for the rest of the continuation of its growth.
So you want at least, in most cases, you want to have about 4 feet, 5 feet.
Al?
Yeah.
Well, you got to look at most strains will grow twice to 3 times as much of their vegetative heights during flower.
Mine, the 2 CBD plants in the greenhouse were hitting the roof at 6 feet.
Yeah. But in the greenhouse, you don't have that option of forcing them to flower. So you're kind of limited to the sunlight, right?
So you can start the minute they get to that certain height that you want them, you just trigger them and they start, and you're not waiting like you have to do in a greenhouse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then
is there a way to force that outside?
You have control, but if you start that plant, all right, inside, and as soon as it starts to veg, right, meaning that as soon as it's got 4 sets of leaves, you cut the top off.
Yeah.
Right? Branch it out, so now you have 4 branches. Try and cut those 4 off. Then when you flip it, start training it to veg out to cover a scrog net. Right? And then you'll have more branches, more colas coming up through the top. But all your uniform height.
Interesting.
Or close to it. Yeah.
Like there is some training they can do, but most of it comes down to don't put the right strain in the right room.
Yeah. I mean, you don't grow a true sativa in an 8-foot tall room. Because your rate of return is going to be very low because it hasn't had enough time to stretch and veg. A lot of sativas will grow 20 feet tall.
Well, one thing that I saw while watching all this shit growing was the CBD plants went very tall, and that's because they're hemp, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're very true sativa. They're true hemp sativa like type of products. Yeah.
But the buds were only at the top. They were only tops.
Yeah, that's because it's hemp.
Okay.
All right. So
there were nothing lower at all. Right? They were up there. They were 5.5 feet tall and just one big bud. Although wet, it was they were heavy wet, not dry.
No. But that's also strain dependent because some CBD strains will give you a lot of lower buds as well.
And some won't.
And some won't. Some will grow like a sativa.
Yeah.
That stretches out. Most true sativas, you don't have a lot of bud on the lower end. You've got a lot of big top colas.
So is a sativa like that something that would be good to scrog? Because of those big buds and nothing below?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you increase your count? I mean, because seriously,
well,
I got maybe an ounce off the 2 CBD plants, a quarter off another one, and maybe a half a quarter off another one, literally. So,
yeah, you'd have to.
We're gonna choose my next round very carefully, I think.
Yeah, you'd be doing a lot of training for the branches because you want them to go laterally.
You want everything to go up. Yeah.
No, you want
No?
everything to go sideways.
Kind of sideways.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then
And keep pulling
as
them
it's
apart,
going,
scrogging them.
yeah, and then lay them down on their side. Right. So then what happens is new branches will start to form and grow upwards.
Okay.
Or flower points, basically.
I have the room to try it.
Yeah, but you're talking doing this. One plant can fill an entire room.
Yeah, but I think I'd like to do a round where I actually have some good success. And
Yeah,
I have a little
growing
overflow because this didn't get me meds. I mean, I've already it's you could say it's gone. Like there's nothing there.
Right.
Right.
But it's also what you were growing. Right.
Yeah.
So you're growing.
But am I gonna have better success with those strains in a controlled environment inside?
Well, not CBD. I mean, CBD is very limited on how much you get on it.
Okay.
Right. Okay. They're very low producers. That's
a
why
lot,
we're saying
a lot of it's strain dependent. Dependent.
Okay. You'd be lucky to get an ounce off a CBD plant.
Well, that's what I basically got off the 2 CBD plants. And I just want to add, Mary Jane, you were wrong. I didn't kill it. I didn't kill it. I got an ounce out of it.
Yay. I'm happy I'm wrong. I was going to ask, or I was going to say, it sounds to me like what Al's looking for is like an indica, like a kush, like a bushy.
Probably.
That's what I know. That's what I used to, the person that I was always going to help trim. That's what she grew. Okay. Yeah. Mama Hawk only grew indicas, and they were big fucking
indicas are beautiful plants when they grow because they are nice and bushy.
They look like weed. They look like what you'd think weed would look like. Unlike like as I saw with the sativa, it looks like, I mean, I was embarrassed. I didn't show anybody. I was embarrassed.
Oh, that's
just how sativa grows.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that because the trees are dropping their leaves outside. The same thing is going to happen in the greenhouse. I didn't know that. I found that out this year. Next year, I will be prepared for that.
Oh, that part hurt my heart when I seen all my leaves start to change color and fall off.
I went out there one day and there were 4 fucking plants there. I went out 2 days later and it looked like they were all dying.
Yeah, that's just fall, though. That's what happens to the trees.
That's what Al said, too. Yep.
I know.
I know you know because you were there.
You'll learn. I spent like 3 years learning, and I still struggled.
Yeah, but you got frustrated with it and stopped it.
Well, it was more of the lack of time. I just didn't want to dedicate the time to it because I had to water them every single day, and that means that I can't go on the road and tour.
Now, speaking of watering every day, I'm not all that impressed with these pots, Marcel, because let me tell you why.
Okay, you do that.
I took plants over to the house as well, and I sent food over as well, and they just sat outside in the rain and the 100-kilometer winds and blah blah blah, and grew on their own. Weren't really touched at all. They weren't crimped or trimmed or anything, and there's probably a half an ounce on each plant. And they looked like they should look. Mine we're all over the fucking place, man. I mean, literally all over the place. I know. It's
okay,
weird.
So no,
but we talked about that last week. We talked about that last week. You and Darcy are growing the same plant in different areas of where you are, and you're both getting a different.
Right. So you're growing in an enclosed space in a greenhouse, so it's limited to the airflow from your fans.
Yes. Well, right? I have 2 windows in there as well.
And your windows.
Yes.
And you're comparing it to a plant that's sitting out in the wind.
Going, hey. Yeah, I get it.
So structurally, that's a stronger plant to begin with.
All
right. That makes sense. So it's going to have its own unique structure to deal with the wind, whereas the plants in your greenhouse are going to have the structure to deal with the wind that it encounters in that greenhouse. So if you look at a small cannabis plant as it starts to grow,
yes,
it starts to grow up straight up. Then eventually you put a small fan in it and give it some airflow, right? When you put this small fan in, especially if it's an oscillating fan, all right, so that one that goes around back and forth
they
all the time.
wiggle, yeah, they wiggle and all that, yeah.
And it forces the plant to wiggle. Well, that plant will literally twist.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
All the way around, and you'll see it on the stalk, right? Where you'll see the fibers and the grains of the stalk going around in a spiral up the plant. And what it's doing is it's forcing it to strengthen itself.
Uh-huh.
So that when you put it out into the wild, it has some strength. So that's why we always say when as soon as your plants are up and you've got them standing up, put airflow to them. Right? Strengthen them up and get them strengthened and ready to support what you're expecting out of it.
Well, I had the fan going all summer in there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. But it doesn't get the same directional wind that the plants
it would though, Marcel, because of the hitting the sides of the walls would make it ricochet. I mean, I've gone in there, it's like a fucking wind tunnel.
Right. But it's always the same wind tunnels.
Fair enough.
Right? Whereas on a deck, it's completely different wind. Right?
Yeah,
and to the point of also no wind.
Well, I often wondered about too much wind, obviously.
So my plants are in an open area in a big fenced-in enclosure. I've got some big trees that surround the property.
But it has no roof.
There's no roof, but I get a lot of airflow and a lot of wind. Darcy could take the same plant, same feeding schedule, same everything, and where he's located right in town, he doesn't have the wind that I have. So our plants grow completely different looking, even though they're the same plant.
It makes sense.
They taste the same.
Do they?
Yeah.
But every plant is different, though.
Right. So
what did Jessica say there? Scrogging will give you max benefits for flowering. I have the space.
As long as you have the space.
Although it's a little damp down there in the moment, but I have the space.
Get a lot of flooding there?
For about 2 weeks now.
You got a sump pump?
No, just me and a squeegee.
Oh, dude, you gotta bust a hole into the concrete.
I have somebody from the town coming hopefully next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have already hammered through that sucker.
Yeah, well, you know what? In my 20s, I would have already have it done. I would have done it, but I can't do it myself. I can't even get. I had a long, heavy-duty cable that they brought the ADSL in on.
Yeah.
That's about 20 feet. I tried poking it in there, couldn't do it. I went out and got a snake, and I can't even get it in there at all. I can't find which direction it's going or anything. So, I had decided to have the town come in. They can have a look at it, and if they can fix it, they'll fix it. Otherwise, I'll have to hire somebody. Right.
That for the cable or for the drain?
For the drain.
Right.
Yeah. My drains are clogged.
Your drain tile on the outside of your house?
No.
Okay, no. Around the outside of your foundation, you've got a tube.
Yeah, no, back. I'm going to stop you. It is the sewer drains that are backing up. Okay. My drain, my main drain is clogged somewhere in the system. So they're going to either come and tell me that they'll fix it, or it's under your house. You have to do it. But either way, it has to be fixed.
The sewer lines in the front on the street side?
Yes.
Got trees in the front yard?
Not where there'd be sewer lines, no.
Got trees in your front yard?
Yeah, but it's not there, though. I know exactly where the clog is, so it's not there. It's not out front.
All right, so what somebody's got to do is come in with a camera.
Yep.
And snake the camera down to see what's blocking it, because very likely it may have collapsed.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or you have a big clog in there, which can be, pounded out with a rotor-rooter type thing.
Of course. Then that's what I'm hoping it is. You see, what's happened the last 2 years in a row, they come along with the rotor-rooter and they snake from the street into the house. They do it with every house on the street. And
really?
Yeah. Well, it's a small town in the middle of nowhere. But anyways, so last year, I don't know if you remember me talking about this, I had just had the house cleaned because my sister was coming, and then all of a sudden they rotored the sewer lines, and it shot up because of the air pressure shot up out of my toilet.
Well, this year, why I don't know why they would do it from the street, not from the house. This
year, I've got the clog. So I'm thinking it has something to do with this. I'm hoping it has something to do with that. But, we'll find out when they come. Because I'm at my wit's end with it. I tried and I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
So in my prime, though, I would have busted open the fucking concrete and put a new pipe in and voila.
We had the issue here a few years ago, and a buddy of mine actually works for the town, and he's a lifesaver, and he come up with scope and the buster, and what we found is it was roots that went through, and that's no longer an issue because once I found out what the cure was for that.
Well, it's although the drain itself is draining very slowly, it's only half the house that's clogged.
So then you've got a T or a Y connection.
Yep.
And one side is clogged and the other one isn't.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be
the part that's clogged goes right into the stack, like into the main pipe, though. So I'm assuming when they blew the lines last time, some crap came up and clogged it more than it was. So
when they blew the line, you said it blew up the toilet? It came up the toilet?
No, last year it blew up the toilet. This year it came up the drain in the floor downstairs in the basement and sprayed all over my furnace and everything.
Well,
welcome to the 420 radio show, by the way.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty subject. No, because last year when they did it, it should have come up through the floor and the toilet both.
Well, it may have, but I didn't notice what was going on down in the basement because I wasn't going down there very often. But because I was drying down there, I was down there every day, and I seen, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I seen noodles. I'm like, why would there be noodles here? You know what I mean?
The dog. Worms from the dog.
No, it's not from the dog. The dog doesn't go down there. Nobody goes down there but me. But anyways, I got somebody coming. Hopefully they'll be able to fix it or at least point me in the direction of somebody who can, because this is getting very annoying. I can't. My washing machine is half full of water. My dishwasher is half full of water. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Welcome to my shitty life.
Welcome to the Great White North.
Yeah, man. I'm just worried things are going to start freezing. That's all. So I figure we better get it done now. Right?
Yeah.
We've already had snow. I woke up to snow the other morning.
I'll pass on that.
It didn't stay on the ground or even on the rooftops very long, but there was snow. You could see it. I haven't walked out and gone, oh, fuck yet. But, it's coming. It is coming.
Winter is.
Did you get snow already?
Us? No. Cape Breton did.
Antigonish and Cape Breton had some.
Did Antigonish get some?
Alberta got some. Did you get any snow yet, Mary Jane?
Hell no.
No. Al's still got his plants out, he said. I'm surprised. It's like I woke up this morning, it was fucking -7. You know, there was frost on my window and everything.
Al's still trimming away.
Yep. I'm done.
Harvesting. Let's get back to Buddy Weed's question. How did everybody do on harvest?
I already answered that question. I'm not repeating.
I know you're not happy about your CBD plant, but I mean, I know you had other plants, didn't you?
And I gotta say, well, yeah, and the two smaller plants, they're gone already. I had the north.
Cure them?
No, they were cured. The northern lights, I got maybe a quarter out of it, a quarter ounce. The Pineapple Express, about the same, maybe even a little less. It's the two CBD plants that I got about an ounce each off of, and that's curing. The CBD stuff is curing.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled the two plants out a while ago, dried them, and then put them into bags, and they were just sitting in the closet kind of thing for a little while, right? So I've got one more plant in a bag, just waiting till I run out of what I bought yesterday. I'd like to get one good season off so that I have some there. I don't have to be dependent, and I can actually experiment.
Yeah, that would actually be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. And then I could stop fucking complaining on here.
That would be nice.
Shut up.
I'm just looking at our temperatures for the next week. Oh, we're going to hit minus numbers.
It's -4 right now outside.
It's 8 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, it's -4, 78% humidity. Rosalie, lay down, please.
We're at 100% humidity.
I'm off to the grill on Sunday.
Where's that?
I'm off to the grill on Sunday.
Oh,
I'm going to go and smoke some Jamaican weed on the beach on Sunday.
Now, here's the question:
awful lot of rain.
Will you
be fucked?
You'll be able to smoke there. And what do you have to worry about coming home and the questions and?
No, I'm not coming home.
No, it's just going there.
No, that's America.
Oh yeah, you don't have to go through the states, do you? So you're going direct right from Jamaica to Canada. Fuck them, fucking Americans. Sorry,
I'm Halifax, Toronto, Jamaica.
Yeah.
I still can't bring it with me.
No, but it's how hard is it to get weed in Jamaica? Come on.
Oh, it won't be that. It's just I don't know how good it'll be.
Get off the plane, go outside, stand out front, hail a cab, and go weed.
Yeah. My forecast, unfortunately, looks like there's quite a bit of rain. So
I hate that. You know, we went down to the last time
I've been pretty lucky over the years, so I really can't bitch.
We went to Florida 2 weeks after one of the big hurricanes, the really, really big one, Sandy, I think it was. And the beaches were still messy. The pools were off. The heaters were off. There was nobody on the beaches. It was very deserted. Yeah. But have fun. You have fun down there in Jamaica, smoking weed on the beach.
Yeah, having drinks, playing cards if it's raining. Whoopity-doo.
I'm confused.
Can't rain all the time.
Rachel says hi, MJ.
I see in it. Hi, Rach. I think you implied that the weed was going to be shitty, possibly in Jamaica. Was that true?
Very much possible. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Canada's
down there.
Canada's the best weed in the world.
And now, okay, I'm glad you said that. Marcel, look in our chat. You'll see an article that Darcy posted about.
I know. I made Darcy post it. I shared it to Darcy.
So why don't we talk about that? Because that's pertinent to what Lennie just said.
Well, of course it is.
Probably why he said it. He's baiting us.
He's baiting us. Hang on, let me grab it.
He's doing a plan.
No, I'm not. I stand by it.
No, Australian cannabis.
While you're looking for that, Marcel, I just want to say kudos to you for the bulletins that the information bulletins that you've been putting out through Optimus. I really thought that the one about rosin and resin and that was bang on, and thank you for that, because I have questions like that all the time, and you don't see anybody in the cannabis world giving us that fucking information.
I am going to take zero credit for that. That's my buddy Chris doing it.
Well, thank you, Chris, for that. Do some more, please.
Yeah. So Chris is an engineer, so he's very inquisitive, and he finds really cool articles. He's a curious guy. Like he wasn't always a cannabis guy, so sometimes articles by non-historic cannabis people are better. I'm sure Marijane and Timmy probably go through that, right? Like he's probably asked some questions that bring up some cool shit, right? So that's what Chris is doing.
Yeah, things that I wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, and I say very rarely have I ever told him not to put something up or take it down or something like that. But no, he's pretty good. Chris is good.
Yeah, he's done a few of them that I've shared.
Yeah,
because they were really good, but it's nice to see an LP of sorts.
Yeah, I'm technically an LP, but really I'm just a glorified.
But legally you are an LP, and you don't
legally
see.
I am.
I don't see any of the other LPs putting that medical information out. Now, I think that has something to do with the fact that you are a pharmacist, so you can do that. Correct?
Well, no, it's not that I'm a pharmacist, but it's my whole thing. It's more about just educate, it's all, like I'm there to educate.
But Tweed isn't doing that.
No, they're brand promotion and whatever. That's
what I mean. Like, yeah, they're going after the brand and the buzz. So what Optimus is a true medical cannabis dispensary online.
That's
correct?
That's technically legal, yeah. But in Health Canada's eyes, I am an LP. But I don't grow anything.
And they don't even recognize the medical side of it. They just said, okay, you're complying. Here you go. Right?
It's just a sales.
Well, they don't care about the medical side. Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. They don't acknowledge it. They don't care about it, and they even spell it funny.
So let's talk about Australia and go back to what we were talking about.
I think I know where you're going with that. Actually, and now I know the article you're going at to now. Though. It was not poking, but I know where you're going.
Yeah. So Australian cannabis companies are growing weary of the Canadian imports, and I wonder why. All right. What the main frustration is right now is Canada has a surplus of cannabis that they're literally dumping onto Australia. And Australia does have growers, and the growers are upset because what's being imported is much lower quality with much fewer checks on quality than what's produced by Australian companies. This is what they're saying in Australia.
That's this one company. I read the article, and I've exported to Australia, and honestly, this is another Australian company that grows. And they said all the local, I shouldn't say all, that's not a fair statement, but majority of the local stuff is dog shit. I'm sure they're going to get better over time. But here is why the product they're getting in Australia is kind of shitty. Because they don't want to pay the money. Right. You're not going to get you're not going to get Trip Quad Plus stuff for fucking $1 fucking a gram. So that's the problem with Australia, and that's the problem. That's going to happen in Europe as well. All these exporters.
It already has. It happened last year in Israel.
It's the same in Canada. It's like, I gotta get it cheaper. I gotta get it cheaper.
Everybody wants it cheaper.
And you're going to get cheaper. but it's not. You're not going to get the same product at a buck that they're going to be able to sell for $4 or $5 or whatever it is in Canada. So my dad told me this years ago, and he's not the wisest guy in the world, but this one he's right. You get what you fucking pay for.
Well, yeah.
And that's what's going on with
but
these LPs.
In the cannabis world, it's never been really that way. And a good example is the difference between sativa and indica. Because sativa and indica, for years and years and years, were the same price. Right?
Oh, it's not even that, Marcel. But everybody wants is top buds, big buds, dense, sticky, high terpene, 30%, blah 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 bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You want the top graded product. You pay for it. If you're not going to pay for it, they're going to ship you smalls or whatever, or old or dried or whatever.
So what do I get for $1 a gram?
There's lots of good products out there for $1 a gram. It depends what you, but it depends what you. There's just the weed nerds out there sometimes that overthink it too.
Exactly.
And
that's like strains, and everybody's saying, "What's the best strain?" Well, it's subjective.
Very subjective.
You can't say what's the best strain, and you can't say that. Oh, this is an awesome strain because it's 34% THC. It's better than your 24%. No, it isn't. It's subjective.
It's very subjective. Now there is some interesting trends, like just Optimus, what sells.
Yeah.
It's I got 3 or 4 strains that sell a lot to the veterans.
Yeah.
And very consistently amongst different areas in Canada. They don't know each other and just what they gravitate to. So I find that very intriguing.
Yep.
But I also laugh the guys if I have that happen. Sometimes I'll have 2 batches on the website. One will be 27%, one will be 29%. Oh, please make sure you give me that 29 one. I was like, oh, fuck.
Like the 2% is going to make a difference for you?
Yeah. Here's a little trick, everybody. I can send that strain to the fucking lab 3 fucking times. One will be 27, one will be 30, one will be 32.
And one will be 19.
No.
It just depends where you took it off of. Right?
No, but even if I send it to the same fucking lab, there's error in the tests.
Yeah.
Like, there's a built-in error. Like
it's not just that there's a built-in error. There's a built-in error in the plant because
every bud's not exactly the same every time.
Right, and if you're taking 50 milligrams of plant matter for the test, right, it depends on where you're taking it from, and you can't take 2 of the same.
Oh no, but just in general, every time you send a sample, it's gonna vary a little bit. Yeah, like you're right. Top plant, bottom plant, there can be a significant difference and whatever.
Yeah, so that's why what I've always done is I've always done 3 tests, like on the same plant. I've done 3 tests, and then I'll take the average and say, okay, this plant's 24%.
Well, even still, I could fucking blindfold everyone and give you 5 fucking joints of the same fucking strain. Which one was the higher THC one?
Yeah.
To the lab. You'll never know. It's not that tight. And I always use the same argument too. If it was all about high THC, you'd all be smoking distillate fucking pens and loving it.
Yeah, but that don't work.
I don't. Yeah, no thanks.
No, they don't. You don't get high off it, or I don't get.
You know what I have discovered is that Nug's old school soft hash is awesome.
Well, hash is just a full extract concentrate product.
Correct.
Right. So
ding 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 ding.
Your hashes are probably your cleanest smoking of whole plant matter.
Yes, and it's the most potent form, is it not?
No, because rosin and resin, right,
more
are
concentrated.
the concentrated of just the crystals themselves. Right?
So
Hash,
what
hash
happens?
has
What happens when you
plant
take
matter.
hash and squish it? Then
You usually get crack. It's basically it's almost THC distillate. It comes out white.
oh, that's right. And that's basically the diamonds, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
In
Why
a
we
roundabout
watched
way.
the video about that.
We
Why are
made
you
it.
smirking, Mary Jane? Why are you smirking? She's sitting there smirking.
We made it at Harvest Fest one year.
Let's all put our fingers up to our mouths like Mary Jane.
Oh my goodness.
Smell my finger.
How about this one?
Smell my finger.
No, you were there when we made it, Al.
I know.
Right? So because we pressed the bubble hash that I had made at Harvest Fest.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And
That
it ended up
that was 2 lifetimes ago, buddy.
Yeah.
But back to that Australia article of Marcel.
Yeah.
It's the guy's just complaining because he's losing money, obviously.
And Israel complained last year, so he figures, hey, at least they'll listen to me.
Well, he's trying to make a PR statement to limit.
Well,
Canadian
he's
imports.
basically mirroring exactly what Israel said.
Yeah, but in the end, it's the consumer or the patient, because it's medical down there. If they liked your product, they would buy it.
Yeah.
So it's either the product is not. It's a value add of all sales, right?
Isn't that the whole idea? It's what most people.
Well, no, but like if they find value in that product or service, and doesn't matter if it's cannabis or a fucking phone or a car. It's like for that price tag and that product and that service, it meets my needs and demands. I'm happy. I'm going to continue to buy it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So he's either not good enough, or it's priced too high, or both. So,
or somebody's just a whiny bitch.
Well, no, he's losing.
What's your complaint? So this guy or this woman says that she owns one of these grow facilities, and she said she's got no problems with the issues, or no issues with the imports coming in. Where her problem starts coming in, she says, we have a product that comes into Australia from Canada that is extraordinarily good quality, probably for the extra years of experience. But there's also an enormous amount of product that we believe is coming from stockpiling in Canada. That product is flooding into Australia. It's not necessarily fresh. It's not necessarily great, but they can sell it at a very low price.
But wouldn't the company buying that be very aware of that?
They should be.
Wouldn't the company purchasing that be very aware of what's coming?
They are.
Yeah, but they're getting it for a low price, right? So let me go on. Because
how it works.
Right. So it says the export market is a good opportunity for Canadian companies to offload lower quality product. But she knows this pushes down the price. It pushes down the price in Australia, just as it has in Canada, right? So while growers in Australia could get around $6 a gram wholesale, in 2023 she had to drop the price to around $4 to $4.50 a gram as a wholesale price. So that's their issue is if they can bring it into Australia and land it into Australia for $2 a gram, then they can easily disrupt the entire Australian market. Right? Because they can sell it for $2.50, $3 a gram and undercut literally everybody.
Well, I mean, I do see the prices coming down here, right, at the legal store. I mean, I can get 2 grams of hash for $28 plus tax. I can get 28 grams of what I'd say is, it's a nice sativa for 100 and I think it was $120 or something like that. Where just 2 years ago, you could only do that if you went to a place like Canna Cabana. This is just at a regular store in the middle of nowhere. right? So the prices are coming down.
You're going to see them go back up eventually, though.
Well, it's just like gas. Yeah. It's going to go up and down. Right.
Australia is doing the same thing as Canada. Some asshole undercuts the next guy, and then some other guy undercuts the next guy, and they become the Costco business.
But it does
all suffer.
It does bring the price down overall, though.
It brings the price down overall, but then they start crying. It's like none of us are making money because you all fucking dropped your shorts.
Yeah. But for the consumer, it's good.
Oh, for the consumer, it's yes and no, because the consumer sometimes going to get dog shit weed that they thought was better.
Yeah,
because they keep trying to bring in cheaper.
We don't have res stores here, Dale. We have none up here at all. Like Marijane can go to Alderville or Tanganega and get a $25 ounce. Yeah, and it's not bad. I've had it.
40 now.
Are they up to 40 now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's almost harvest season.
Yeah. So next month, it'll be down. Everything will be back down.
It'll go back down. You can get 5 ounces for $100.
Yeah, I was going to use gasoline as an example. All summer long, it was like 154, 152, 153, and then as we got to the end of the summer, it went up, and it's been 168, 169, and sometimes. But now we're getting into the holiday seasons. It's going back down, 154, 155. So it's like weed; it goes up and down by need and want, right? And I think that they need, if there's that much of overgrow in Canada, then they need to figure out a system where they can offload that at a price that's very good to the consumer. And then they don't have to listen to other countries bitch and complain that our weed is better and we're going to steal all their fucking business. Right? Why aren't they putting that into the market? Selling it. They want to get rid of it anyways. Why not sell it to us for $2? Do you know what I mean?
It's already out there.
Can we play a YouTube video, or will we get in trouble?
Oh, we'll probably get in trouble, but if you want to play it, go ahead. Is it news? Yeah, we'll get in trouble if it's news. No, just go ahead. Go ahead and play it.
It's from Dr. Jack Has Your Back.
Okay.
And it's about the dangers of Delta-8 THC and why you need to stop taking it immediately.
I think I've seen that video going around, actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play it. And that'll give us a little break. How long is it?
8 minutes and 24 seconds.
There you go. There's our break. But let me play a little thing there, and you can load it up. Or you want to give me the thing, and I'll do it?
Here, I'm going to give you the link, and I'll let you do it. And you've got control to it.
I have control.
Darcy's rebooting something.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, that was 20 minutes ago, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It just popped up on my screen. There you go.
You gonna send me the video?
Put it in the chat.
Oh, in our I'm not on there, but okay, I'll go in there.
Well, hang on. Let me.
No, it's okay. I got it. Now I got it. I gotta load it in here, anyways. Yes, I saw this video. I saw that video.
Did you play it?
No, but I saw it, and I think it was one that I may have even shared. Hold on a second. Just give me 1 second, please. Hold, please. Okay. All right. I have this loaded. We will be right back after this video.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after this toke. Are you looking for non-stop, continuous cannabis and psychedelic programming? If you are, then turn your browsers to 420radio.ca or paceradio.net where you will find the 420 pace re-rolled Saturday. Everything gets started at 8 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning.
Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Mary Jane. He's the newbie.
She's the doobie. And this is the show
where we
tote
cannabis.
Talk.
From both sides.
Is that even possible?
Hello, welcome. My name is Dr. Jack. Thanks for joining me on this video. I feel compelled to make this video as I feel like it's a public service announcement about the dangers of Delta-8 THC and what I am seeing in a clinical setting that I find rather alarming. In this video, I will go over how Delta-8 is made, how it's different from CBD, as well as Delta-9 THC. And we will be focusing on why you should be avoiding Delta-8 and the dangers of this synthetically made cannabinoid. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All across the United States, Delta-8 products are showing up all over various stores like vape shops, grocery stores, and gas stations. It comes in many forms like gummies, tinctures, and vape cartridges. In the clinic, I'm seeing many patients starting to take Delta-8 THC for things like anxiety, sleep, and pain relief. However, they do not realize the dangers of what they are consuming. Delta-8 is jumping on the popularity of CBD, but it is vastly different from CBD. Where CBD does not get you euphoric or high, and Delta-8 actually does, much like Delta-9 THC, which is the typical cannabinoid that people think of when they think of marijuana. It's worth mentioning that CBD is also produced in a vastly different way, which makes it safer if done right with methods like CO2 extraction. So let's compare Delta-8 to Delta-9. You see, Delta-9 and Delta-8 both bind to the same cannabinoid receptor that I've talked about before, the CB1 receptor. If you're interested in how CBD works, then check out this video linked above. However, Delta-8's binding affinity, or how strong it binds to the receptor, is less compared to Delta-9. This may explain the milder experiences reported by Delta-8 users, hence leading to its other names such as marijuana light or diet weed or the nicer younger sibling of Delta-9 THC. And in this study, 71% of participants reported a lot or a great deal of relaxation, and 68% said that they had euphoria. More than 50% had pain relief from taking Delta-8. However, they still reported the same issues as with Delta-9 THC, like having a lot of issues concentrating and having skewed thinking. However, less anxiety and paranoia were reported than with Delta-9 historically. Overall, Delta-8 seems to just have a better side effect profile compared to Delta-9.
This is the world's first reusable cotton swab. It can remove up to 10 times more earwax. Latest studies show that traditional cotton swabs are not good for your ears. There is even a warning on the box telling you not.
Who has taken this stuff? Believe it or not, I'm seeing many older people looking for Delta-8 THC, and they are looking to it to basically soothe pain while avoiding opiates and the euphoric effects of marijuana. It seems that the older generation in particular do not like the stigma of marijuana, and they feel that since Delta-8 is labeled differently, that it is somehow okay or better to take. So all of this sounds pretty benign, right? So what's the danger involved here? What led the CDC in September of 2021 to issue a warning, followed by the FDA doing the same thing? According to the FDA, between January 2021 and February of 2022, there were over 2,300 reports of Delta-8 THC poisoning. 2/3 of the cases required admission to the hospital, and 1 in 10 cases needed admission to the intensive care unit. 40% of cases involved children and teenagers. This is likely due to the attractive labeling of a lot of Delta-8 products, like a bag full of colorful gummy bears with no child safety measures on the packaging, nor warnings on the packaging neither. The problem is that there is no oversight on what is exactly within these products once they hit the shelves. A study published in December of 2021 looked at 27 different Delta-8 THC products and found that none of them had the amount of the Delta-8 listed. In fact, there were considerable amounts of Delta-9 THC found within those same products. Not only that, but they also had harmful byproducts like heavy metals, lead, and mercury. In an independent analysis of 51 products by CBD Oracle, which is a cannabis consumer research company, 77% had less Delta-8 THC than advertised, and 3/4 of the products had higher THC levels than actually permitted by law. Common adverse reactions include hallucinations, vomiting, anxiety, tremors, dizziness, confusion, and loss of consciousness, with children at particularly high risk. And I was actually reading an article where there was actually a 4-year-old who got a hold of the parents' bag of Delta 8 THC gummies and apparently ate the entire bag. And the child ended up having seizures and unfortunately did not make it. So this is very dangerous stuff. Delta 8 THC is made in the lab. It is not extracted from the cannabis plant the way CBD is, typically through a safe and clean manner like CO2 extraction. And for the sake of staying on topic here, we won't get into the weeds with all the processing or with all the different processing options when it comes to cannabis. Perhaps we'll do that in a separate video. You see, Delta 8 THC is made synthetically from hemp extracted CBD. Delta 8 is a naturally occurring cannabinoid within the cannabis plant like CBD, Delta 9 THC, CBGA, CBG, CBN, and the over 100 other identified cannabinoids, many of which I've talked about before. However, it is considered a minor cannabinoid, meaning that it is not present in large amounts. Delta 8 THC is not present in high enough quantities within the cannabis plant to make it profitable enough to extract directly. With the boom in the cannabis industry, both CBD and Delta 9 are very prevalent and abundant. Producers are capitalizing on all of this as Delta 8 is more profitable than CBD, but avoids the legal ramifications of Delta 9 THC. So Delta 8 has hit the cannabis market in a big way because of the quote-unquote gentler euphoric effects, but is essentially a legal loophole in states where Delta 9 THC is not legal. And thus far, it has evaded federal regulation because Delta 8 THC can be made from CBD isolate, which is pulled from the hemp plant, which the Farm Bill has made legal. And it is in how Delta 8 is made in a lab from another cannabinoid like CBD through a process known as isomerization that makes it so dangerous. This process involves using a solvent like heptane and adding an acid. The solution is then subjected to a very high temperature. There are dozens of different solvent acid combinations like hydrochloric acid and ethanol, or sulfuric acid and cyclohexane as a couple of options that can be used to convert CBD into Delta 8. This also produces, unfortunately, a wide variety of different byproducts. And here lies the problem. This industry is not regulated, and therefore the consumer has no idea what they are getting. For example, you can use acetic acid, which is actually a common chemical used to make Delta 8 THC. And if you actually look up acetic acid, you'll find that inhaling it can actually be extremely dangerous. If you talk to people that actually run the labs that do the testing on these synthetic Delta 8 products, they would tell you that compounds show up on liquid chromatography that are completely unidentifiable. Meaning that after this chemical reaction used to make the Delta 8, there are byproducts there that these labs cannot even identify. And this exact product is making it into the store shelves and into your body. There are also concerns involved with how they are labeled. Some Delta 8 products are simply labeled hemp, which is obviously misleading, as hemp has historically been reserved for products that have no euphoric effects. Some even go so far as to make therapeutic claims on their website or on the bottle, which is in violation of federal law if a product makes unsubstantiated therapeutic claims. Now, I do want to say that if you live in a state that has regulated dispensaries, the Delta 8 there goes through much more rigorous testing. But if outside of these parameters, you truly have no idea what you're putting inside your body and the downstream implications. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you know of someone that is using Delta 8, please share this video with them so that they're aware of everything that you just learned as well. I see this issue becoming a bigger and bigger public health issue, much like the vape pen issue that happened a while back that killed several people, and that was due to processing of the liquid as well. As always, please be sure to hit the like button and comment below and share your thoughts on all of this. So until next time, take care, stay safe, bye-bye.
We're all muted.
I'm unmuting everybody.
Oh, there we go. Marijane left us.
Buddy Weeds likes to get stoned, not sick. I'm not a fan of Delta 8.
Well, it doesn't sound like something that anybody should be. It's a synthetic, for one. I mean, I spent 5 years on, what was it that I was on?
Nabalone.
Yeah, and I don't get kidney pain anymore, and I was getting bad kidney pain from that shit.
Yeah. But the majority of the distillate products that are on the market are Delta 8.
No. Just because it's easy to manufacture.
This is why I say no.
So it's not and it's not really even pot, really.
This is why I say no to distillates.
I don't like distillates. Rosalie, lay down, please. Come here.
And
why are you saying the Delta? Most of the distillates in Canada are Delta 8. That's not true.
No, in the off market.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Welcome back, Darcy.
I was like, I read an awful lot of CMAs, Marcel. I don't see that.
Yeah. No.
Fair enough. Sorry. Yeah. Delta 8 only came up because they were trying to fuck with U.S. law.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it's even there.
See, in Canada, the Canadian law was different, and it always was, because the way it was written is it included all of the cannabinoids as being illegal, whereas the U.S. only had Delta-9 THC as illegal. So CBD market went insane.
Yeah.
Because hey, we can flood the market legally with CBD. Now you have CBD infused pillows. All right. So
they're so soft.
Oh, fuck off. What a waste of fucking money.
Best sleep ever.
So are lavender infused pillows too, because even though lavender helps you sleep, the scent wears away.
Yeah. So. And then they come out with Delta 8. So now we can flood the market with Delta 8 and we can sell it.
Give me a fucking joint and shut the fuck up. How's that?
So,
but
even Delta-9 THC distillate doesn't have the same effect as a whole plant extract.
Wow.
Right? Because all you get is just the THC. The Delta-9.
I'm actually getting sick of that argument, having the CBD THC argument with people. Oh, I use TBC or CBD. That's all I need. I got these pens. They work for me. I'm like, okay, whatever.
All the power to you. I mean, if it works for people, then let them go.
I got a pen too, but I put rosin in it so that there's none of the other fucking crap.
I just asked them if they know what the entourage effect is. And that's it. If they don't, then, maybe they need to educate themselves on that and
realize that what they're putting into them is not necessarily what they need.
I used to enjoy, when I lived up in Durham, Ontario, I used to enjoy walking through the park, and every now and then you'd hear the conversations that the kids were having on the bench while they're smoking a joint. And they're literally doing what we did when we were, man, this is fucking great shit, man. Yeah.
I never did that.
It's my point is it's fun to hear the conversations because they think they know what they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
I'm done arguing with people about it, really. They will get up. The youngins will get up in your face and have that CBD pen joint argument with you.
They would lose with me. People don't get in my face to argue about anything.
Marijane, you've been to the Global March and that, and you've heard those conversations. You walk around at those events and you hear the kids talking. Right?
Yeah.
And it's not the same kind of conversations that we used to have when we were their age.
Yeah, now there's more information though. I feel
but there's also a lot of misinformation.
But they're not given the right information. They're talking smack. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Sure, the information's out there.
Yeah, I don't run into those people because that's an attitude where they're not willing to discuss. Like I tend to sit down and I'll try educating, and then we get into a discussion because I'm like, well, where did you learn that? What are you talking about? And then we start talking. Like I said, now we start talking about the entourage effect.
the thing
You
is
know,
that she's right.
CBD
There's
and THC. There's so many other
there's
cannabinoids.
right, but there's a ton of information out there, but there's also a ton of misinformation.
Lots of mostly
Yeah.
misinformation.
So where did you
I'll
get
give
that?
you I'll give you an example. Somebody being told that Delta 8 is actually stronger than Delta 9.
And that's the
Right?
argument right now.
It's not. It's anywhere
It's
from
both
50 to
super sick.
75% less.
Yeah, it's weaker. It always was weaker.
Yeah.
But the misinformation, they're hoping will filter down into the public and they'll buy more.
Oh, exactly. That's why they've got CBD pillows.
Isn't that just hemp pillows?
It's not. It's a fucking pillow.
It's a pillow.
What would CBD first?
Don't upset him, Mary Jane.
Well, no,
It's
that's what
not
I'm
upsetting me,
Would
but
it be a hemp pillow, like a pillow instead of cotton? It would be hemp.
Apparently,
well, that
these
would be
hemp pillows,
nice
they are
if it was.
infused with what is CBD?
CBD. They infuse the pillows with CBD.
Yes.
Okay, so I have more questions because what type of CBD and what's the infusion process?
What do you mean what type? There's CBD is CBD. It doesn't matter what type.
An isolate, a distillate, an oil.
CBD.
It's in your pillow.
isolate.
Does it really matter?
It's in your pillow.
You're not smoking it.
Because
You're making it like there might be a difference here.
if CBD is used in face creams and
If you
lotion.
sleep on your left side, it feels different than if you sleep on the right side.
No,
Okay.
Just hear
In
me
a
out.
face,
You put in
in a face
lotions.
cream and a lotion, that's understandable because a lot of those have products that will actually help carry CBD across the skin.
Okay.
Totally fine. Or they're in a moisturizing product that's on the skin.
Okay, but your
Right.
pillow goes on your skin.
It doesn't have a moisturizing product. It doesn't have
But it does
a
if
product.
it's infused.
Yeah.
But they could
So
infuse it with something and then put it in the pillow.
now you
That'd be a
have something
slimy
that's going
pillow.
to be very susceptible to mold and mildew.
That'd be a
For a
slimy
pillow.
pillow.
It
I
would be
was
very
I
slimy
slipped off
pillow.
my pillow last night. Why?
It would be
No.
gross.
CBD.
No,
By
because
telling
you can turn it into isolates, and isolates aren't slippery.
Sure, boil your pillow and you'll have an isolate pillow.
no, so but why? For what
For
benefit is it
skin
going to
benefit.
do?
So, like, if
Oh,
if
fuck
for
that shit.
example, listen, just
Most
play devil's advocate just for a second. If, for example, people buy silk and satin pillowcases to prevent their skin from wrinkling and their hair from getting damaged, then why wouldn't they purchase a CBD infused pillow? I'm just
And
saying.
that's what the company is counting on.
Come on, sales rep right here.
Oh fuck! I've had too much cannabis. You're fucking killing me here. That's hilarious. Okay, I can play devil's
That's
advocate.
hilarious.
I can
Oh my god.
always see both sides. That's pretty fucking stupid, but I can see it. All right, that there's some people out there that would actually have that mentality to think that this would be beneficial. But
It
I'll
might
tell you
be
what,
no wrinkles.
they're the same ones that buy a bottle of CBD shampoo.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some of that stuff.
Okay,
It
so
doesn't work.
let me tell you how good this works. Okay, the purpose of a shampoo is to have a detergent to remove the oil from your hair, and you're going to add an oil to your shampoo to move to your hair so that it all can be fucking washed away. What
Hey,
benefit
Marcel.
do you get?
Because
What?
Marcel.
it's a natural oil. It's a plant oil.
Fuck that! It's a scam to take your money.
Yep.
That's
Marcel.
all it is. It's a scam to take your money.
Huh. Sounds like Santa Claus or
I've
Valentine's
had
Day.
I've had people come to me and say, well, "Can you design me a shampoo, medicated shampoo?" Yeah, it's called oil. Because you
Marcel,
can't
you're,
get
you're,
soap with oil.
What about
Marcel, my hemp shampoo isn't going to work.
Yeah, right.
Well, if a question, what about adding hemp oil to a conditioner?
That would be beneficial
We've had this conversation before. Yep.
because conditioner doesn't have a detergent in it.
So it'll
Right.
bind to it.
So
So
it's
it
used
will fuse to the hair. So, what is the benefit of putting cannabis in your hair? None. Right?
That's not necessarily true.
What? No, your scalp is going to absorb.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right,
Like dandruff
your
and
scalp.
psoriasis.
But your hair itself, other than
No, the hair, nothing.
What if
that,
it fixes
no.
split ends? Like women
I don't know.
purchase VO5 hot oil and do a hot oil treatment on our hair. What if we just did that with cannabis oil?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Make your hair
I'm not saying I'm trying it to get high to absorb through get high. I'm just
I
saying.
think you should try it one day on the show.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'd do it.
Let's look at
Why not?
what's the price of a small bottle of Moroccan oil for your hair, argan oil.
I don't know, but I would be making my own oil to do my hair.
But just wait, is it $25 for a
Rosemary,
bottle? A small
get over
bottle?
here.
How much cannabis are you going to put into a bottle of oil to put on your hair?
Excuse me, gotta scream with my dog.
You could take scissors and just snip them off. I mean,
If I cut all my split ends off, I'd have no hair, Marcel.
Well,
I'd literally have no hair.
She says that she licks her joint.
Your split end isn't a result of a faulty
I-
hair. It's just
I have
the
one
end
big
of the
split
hair.
end.
No, it is. It's due to bleaching.
You're lucky you're not bald because that can happen from bleaching.
I know. That's why I get a
Right?
professional to do it.
Right. But even then, I get laughed. Years ago, I lived with a girl. She had a kid. Or she had a couple kids. But the one kid was a teenager and he had this girlfriend. And the place we lived, we had an in-ground pool. And we weren't home. So when we got home, we find the two kids in the swimming pool swimming around, which is totally fine, except the girl had the most wonderful bleached blonde hair.
Oh, and she had a reaction in the pool.
I know exactly where this is going, and I know what color it even went.
And so I kind of looked at them and I said, you're not natural blonde, are you? And she looked at me. She said, no. She said, I just got this done. I said, oh, really? I said, this is going to be interesting. I said, I'm going to go make dinner. So I went in the house and made supper. They came in, and it took literally no more than an hour for her hair to be green. And I mean, it was a bright, god-awful green that she had to go home with.
I've seen that green.
So, Marijane, you're the only lady on the show tonight. There's probably ladies listening. I'm going to tell you a secret about men.
Oh, God, here we go.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
this is going to
Don't
be
give her a
interesting because I was
secret,
raised
Marcel.
by my dad. So
We
let's
don't
see if
really-
I know this one.
We don't really fucking care what color hair you got. We prefer your natural colored hair.
I did know this.
Right?
Yeah, I knew this.
It's just a fact. That,
I know this because
Yeah.
my dad looked straight at me and said, really? Pink? That's not attractive. And then he said, well, it all looks the same in the dark anyways.
Yeah, that's the other fact. I mean, if they got to turn the lights out it's because they don't like your hair, or you got a face like a can of mushworms or something, I don't know.
That's all right. I
There's
don't
always a reason for the light to go out. That was rude. But what would you expect? Anything less from me or what? Hey, like my shirt?
Your shirt? Is
My
that
shirt.
what's on the photo?
Yeah.
I was going to say we can't see you.
Al, make me big.
That's his birthday gift, Mary
That's
Jane.
what you said.
Dopest oil.
That's not
maker
you. This is me.
ever.
Hello. There you go.
Just ask.
I come with references now.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I come with references. Yeah, Buddy Weeds has it. Greasy leave-in conditioner, like an argan oil. You could just take an argan oil and infuse it with a bit of cannabis oil, if you wanted to try it.
I was just going to use some of my grapeseed oil.
You could do that.
I already got that infused for my bath salts.
Grapeseed oil is really good for massaging. It makes a really good massage oil.
And it's great for bath salts because you don't feel greasy when you get out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't that. I don't use oils because I don't like that greasy. Like I won't even use a bug spray. I don't like the greasy.
No, there was this one bath bomb company that was huge in the cannabis industry a couple of years ago. I think it was Bella Vita bath bombs. That's it. They were like brightly colored, really fragrant, but would stain your tub. And I would literally, after like draining the tub, I would have to shower and wash my body because my skin wouldn't breathe. It was so oily. It would not breathe.
So you're a bath bomb person, right? You like bath bombs?
I do. I like.
Do infused bath bombs work, or is it a waste of money?
I will tell you one product that I've tried that anytime I find them in the store, I will buy whatever stock they have. It's Stewart Farms.
They're on Optimus.
Specifically, I love the Blue Dream. Are they on Optimus?
Yeah, they are.
Perfect. So now I don't have to buy at the stores.
And they're a bath bomb.
They are. I
what's
like
in them?
for about an hour.
I can't remember. He has some that are CBD, some that are 1-to-1. I think most of them are 1-to-1, but he has one that
I want to know what other ingredients he has.
Oh no, he's got other.
Cannabis.
He has all kinds of other oils and shit in it.
Right. See, and that's what I've always questioned about bath bombs. A large portion of bath bombs, and a lot of times, is Epsom salts, which is beneficial on its own in a bath.
No, he'll have
right?
like I'm having a brain fart. He'll have like some other oils,
frankincense and myrrh.
Frankincense, yeah, he'll have all that shit.
Right, which are all beneficial for your skin and for relaxation and things like that.
I pulled up their website. The Blue Dream has black pepper, frankincense, and lemongrass as well. So those are the three.
Yeah,
we don't.
But I've always questioned
them, the people that buy them like them a lot.
Yeah,
I've always people know about this one.
What I've always questioned is the efficacy of having cannabis, such as CBD or THC, in a bath in such a small quantity, such as a bath bomb.
I do know that the Stewart Farms people say to get the true benefit of their product to soak for like an hour.
That's what it says. That's now, are you
Epsom salt's the same thing, though.
Yeah, but are you? I'm with Marcel, and again, I know Tanner. I like him. I guess their hearts like they're trying to do things the right way. They're making all kinds of good stuff, but I listen. If it works for like Marcel said with the CBD pen, if it works for you, fantastic.
That's right. Because look, I'm not going to say
a hot
it
bath
does or
for
doesn't.
an hour would probably make a lot of people feel better, wouldn't it not?
Yeah.
Definitely.
No matter what was in it.
Especially if you got things like frankincense and lemongrass. Now you've got aromatherapy added in there, so you're going to feel different when you come out of that bath after soaking for an hour, regardless if there was THC or CBD or not. It's just my question has always been: is there any difference?
Well, as somebody,
and would it even be noticeable?
I would.
And I'm not a bathtub person, so I don't know.
Yeah, I do it often, and I also use my own bath salts, where it's just straight Epsom salts, cannabis oil, fragrance. But it's still, I don't know if it's, like the
is it really working?
Or whatever, but the combination of the scents, whether honestly, they could probably remove the cannabis oil out of it and charge me less, and I'd probably still try it and enjoy it. Whether it would do the same, that's where I'd be interested to find out.
So,
Same
because you
product,
make your own bath bombs and you infuse your own bath bombs, why don't
not
you do
bomb,
your own?
not
Pardon
bomb.
me?
Sorry,
Not what?
I cannot make bath bombs. I only make bath salt, which is just Epsom salts with cannabis oil and fragrance.
Okay, so do you need a recipe for bath bombs?
No, I had the recipe, I had the molds, I had all the things. I physically cannot make bath bombs. Don't know what it is. They do not stay together. They just literally all crumble. I cannot make a bomb to save my life.
And
Does it really need to stay together since you're going to dissolve in the bath anyway?
I started making bath bags, like bath bomb bags, because they crumbled, and I literally
But even that, you can still test this because you can make one that's medicated, make one that's not medicated,
And see if it feels better
and
or
then
not.
see if there's actually a noticeable difference.
I've done it with
The
definitely.
only thing I could think of for Tanner's stuff that I know would probably work quite well, like skin issues, eczema, things like that, I think would probably give a little extra benefit. But the chronic pain, I don't know. Like I just really don't know.
That's the one that I'm always wondering about, is more pain than anything.
I don't think it's ever affected my muscles. If anything, it's affected the way my skin feels, like the softness, the smoothness.
The other way to test this is you make up your 2 batches of bath bombs, you give them to Timmy, and you have Timmy
try them.
Make your bath for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know which one you're actually testing. Do you know what I mean? So it's basically it's a double blind study where you have no clue which one is which, because the bath has already been made and it's up to him to put it in, and then it's up to you to decide whether or not that had the cannabis. There's your test.
But either way, in the end, it's like, hey, it's still probably a nice evening. The aromatherapy, the warm water.
Yeah.
Oh,
your
yeah.
your skin does, like, I did one and I was like, I don't know, didn't feel nothing. But
you're not a bath person though.
I don't think you see. I don't think you're going to feel high.
No,
but what
no,
I'm wondering
I didn't
is,
mean high.
do you
but
feel
muscles,
any relief for muscle pain or anything like that?
I didn't notice anything, but again, my skin was very moisturized, probably.
Yeah.
But I have a patient. She loves them.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed them. I picked, like I said, I cleaned out a store last time I was on tour, and after 7 days on the road, I was super thankful to come home and pop one of those in the tub and just chill.
Yeah, but again, that's could also be a matter of the aromatherapy, the warmth.
Yeah, it could be the stuff that's in there as well, and not have anything to do with the cannabis.
Whatever it is, I buy it again and again and again. I love it.
The thing I like about it in the end, like, mind you, what's that fucking?
You like that stuff in the end, do you?
No, like, what's that store? Lush? Lush?
Yeah. That's very chemically, though.
No, but like, what would a bath bomb cost? Like that shit there, $10,
like 14, maybe 15.
Yeah, like in the end, his infused stuff kind of costs about the same as what those things cost. So
it's close. I mean,
it's pretty like it's not that far off. Yeah, it's not that far off. So to me, it's like you're not really hurting nothing.
No. I buy other infused bath bombs. I tried one from the res, and it was disgusting.
I've never tried one.
$8. So it was.
I've tried one on my feet. I tried one on my feet, but I can't get in and out of the tub anymore. So I've never tried a full out bath bomb.
So now let's look at the science behind it. All right. When you make a bath bomb, you're putting in your own cannabis extract.
Yep.
Right? So you're putting an oil in your bath bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So that oil goes where when the bath bomb dissolves?
Into the water.
Onto the water.
Excuse me.
Oh, I guess, yeah, on the top.
It doesn't go in. It goes on. And then when you get out, where's it go?
It spreads from your skin to the tub.
Yeah, it's either going to be on your skin or it's going to be on the tub, right? So how much you get would be a very small amount, wouldn't it? And it would only be specific in one spot on your body. Because while your body is submerged, it's not getting any of it. Something to think about.
Now, what
Would it separate,
for
Marcel?
bringing? Well, yeah, because the oil is going to separate.
It's going to separate, is it not?
Yeah, it's going to separate and float to the surface, adhere to either her skin that's exposed at the water line or the side of the tub, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then,
his didn't float. No, like he must have some surfactant or something in it. Can't remember.
But
I don't
how
remember
much is in it that you can see it? And see, I did this test years ago on somebody's products, and I took their edible, and which was a sugar edible that was infused, and I dissolved it in a shot glass of water. And then I took one of my candies that was the same weight, and I crushed it into a powder and put it into a shot glass of water and stirred it around. And mine had a visible oil slick. And that's why other people didn't get high off of the other product.
Because the oil wasn't in the product, it was on the side of the wall. Right?
Could have been anywhere.
You know, I got one of those the stuff Darcy sent me, the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There was no residue at all. It mixed up really, really well. So that must have been a distillate, right?
It was a powder?
Yeah.
Isolate.
Okay. All right. An isolate. Now, okay, so I'm glad you said that. What's the difference between an isolate and a distillate?
Purity.
Isolate is so pure it's basically gone into a powder form. And distillate is still a liquid form, an oil form. A very viscous, sticky substance, but it's heated up, it's pourable. Isolates you usually get as a powder.
Isolates are usually 98 to 99% pure.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean? 90. It's just a number to me.
Well,
it means that 1 gram of isolate has 999 milligrams of THC and 1 milligram of an inert substance.
Other stuff.
Other stuff. Huh. You know what?
That's considered pure. You know what?
It's almost time to say goodbye.
Darcy didn't even get a grow segment in. Sorry about that, Darcy.
That's all right. You did win the first half of the show.
I guess we did.
We did talk about growing at the first half of the show, didn't we? Darcy just stayed quiet for it, though.
Anything anybody wants to do a shout out on, or anything what going on, an event?
I want USA predictions for the election.
Well, you've got
not you're hoping for predictions.
You've got 6 minutes to do this.
It's going to be fun. That's what I predict.
Not who you're hoping for, but who you predict.
Predict, yeah. And do you think there'll be a riot or not, one way or the other?
There's always a riot.
Well, I think there'll be regardless who wins, there's going to be a riot.
Somebody's going to have a party regardless.
Yeah,
but somebody's going to be pissed. But
and somebody will be
somebody's
probably somebody yellow.
No, but somebody's going to complain cheating.
Oh, of course.
All right,
that's inevitable.
There's
going to be a backlash. Whoever wins, there's going to be threats. There's going to be
what do you call it?
Going to be a lot
of recounts.
accusations and
there's going to be a lot
Right.
of recounting.
There's going to be a lot of recounts because on the recounts they're going to be looking for dead and illegals.
And you
Because
know,
a lot of
I
those
read,
were on the last ballot. So
I read something last week that 30% more Canadians than U.S. citizens are considering voting for Mr. Yellowman.
why do you call him Mr. Yellowman?
Because I just
He's,
did.
by the way, they call him
Orange.
they call him the Orange Man. By the way,
Yeah, it was like it's orange.
So orange. I'm
Oh,
colorblind. I'm sorry.
They call him the
colorblind?
Orange Man. Yeah.
The Orange Man.
I watched Trump with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I was
It
just
was
going to say
actually-
he was on Rogan this week, wasn't he?
It wasn't bad, but I'm not a big Trump fan. Like
Was-
long before Trump ever got into politics, I was never
Was
a big
she?
Trump
Did she
fan.
do Rogan yet or no?
Oh,
No,
did
she-
you hear? She
she
has
won't do it.
demands for Rogan.
Oh.
Rogan
And-
has to go to her, and it's only going to be 1 hour long, and da 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 da.
He basically said, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah,
He should.
In a polite
The
way.
Joe
in a very
Rogan
polite way.
show.
because
Oh,
Like-
come on.
so his interview with Trump
there.
wasn't a political interview at all. I mean, they talk probably more about MMA fighting than anything.
Yeah, I assumed.
His talk with Vance, there was a lot of politics that was talked about, but Vance makes a lot of sense when he talks.
JD Vance should be the president.
Yeah,
Um,
after watching those two interviews, I would rather vote for Vance to be the president.
I've
than
watched
Trump.
I've watched him for the last 3 months, and I've listened to him because I never knew who he was. He's a sharp guy.
Yeah, and he tells it like it is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you got 3 minutes.
Here's
Hold
my
on, guys.
prediction.
I was just going to say you got 3 minutes. There are 3 of you because I got nothing to say on it. Take a minute each and give your prediction, and then we've got to go.
What the fuck? What am I?
I forgot you were here, Darcy, because all I see is a fucking big dot.
My prediction
Yeah, I know. I'm
is
just big
Donald
dot.
Trump, and just because I think the Americans want to change, it's nothing more magical than that.
Yeah.
They want a secure
I
border. That's all it's going to be.
Okay, Mary Jane,
Yeah, I agree.
what's your prediction?
I'm with you, Al, because I don't even know who JD Vance is.
Yeah, me either. Is he an actor?
He's a senator.
No,
Yeah.
he's an ex-military senator.
Yeah, but who's in the running? I know it's Trump and Kamala, and
Right, and
RFK
so Trump has-
tried to drop out.
So Trump has J.D. Vance selected as his vice president
Okay, so that's
or
going
his
to be
running mate.
his wingmate. Okay.
Kamala Harris
Uh huh.
has Tim Walz. He's the guy that put tampons in the boys' bathrooms.
He's the governor of Minnesota. He's kind of a
Right.
whack
He's
job.
he's her running mate that has been caught in so many fucking lies. Every time he talks, he just opens up a bigger hole to jump in.
Wait a minute. Tampons in the boys' bathroom? Is it a
Yep.
whole?
That's a whole that's a whole other
unisex
episode,
thing?
dude.
Is it?
Yeah,
we're gonna have to talk. We're
that's a
gonna have
whole
to
show
pick,
on its own.
next week. We're gonna pick up on why the fuck you would have tampons in a men's bathroom. It can only be the unisex thing. That's the only thing it could be.
No, it's
No,
This
sexual
is a Tim Walz thing.
trans. It's the sexual trans stuff.
All right, say
it's
goodnight.
trans
Say
thing.
goodnight. We're not going there. Say goodnight.
Anyway, next week will
Yeah.
be interesting. Watch the TVs, folks.
Yeah, next week there will be a new president.
No,
I thought.
I don't.
What is it? Is it the 14th?
It may not be
Technically,
announced next
Biden's
week.
still president, right?
I can see. I can
Biden's
see
not
it
going to
being
get
seven.
any votes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
When is
I
the
could-
actual
I could see-
election?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, but it'll
Tuesday.
be probably
Can you imagine
Friday.
if
It'll be
Biden actually
Friday
got
before they
elected?
actually figure it out.
Yeah, and
Say
it'll
goodnight, guys.
be another month.
Night,
Say
guys.
goodnight,
I
guys.
see is
Night
I agree,
powers.
weed.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.